Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Flip Thought Show. It's your host with the most, King Truth, Hosenberg, Benny Bo, the one with the word, the one with the flow. And today, man, we coming at you live at 10:44. And you see what it is, man. Shannon Sharp accused of sexual assault, new lawsuit plus audio of him abusing his ex-GF. Let's get into it. Shout out to Hood Educated. They're gonna be giving us the content. We're gonna probably do 3 to 4 videos breaking this down. We going on to the next video. Let's get it. Let's get it. We in here, bro. I'm gonna be right back though, like literally.
If you hood educated, I'm glad you made it. Allow me to unfold my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from a hood brother's point of view to all of you here, there, and everywhere. Now check me out. Wow. Not Shannon Sharp, dog. I mean, when will this end? Right? I mean, so here it is. We got the brother Shannon Sharp. I'm talking about the Shay Shay Club Shay Shay. This brother right here is a Hall of Fame football player. Championships, everything, right? One of the coldest podcasters that I like to view, because of the way his characteristics, the way that he speak and the way that he argue about sports and stuff like that. This was, you know, man, he's the man when it comes to this type of stuff right here, right? So here it is. We have a woman accusing him of sexual assault. And she's suing him for $50 million. Yeah, y'all heard me right. Not $50,000, $50 million. Cold-blooded demonstration. Now, according to the reports, this woman right here is accusing Shannon of taking advantage of her. I don't want to say the R word because YouTube get to tripping a little bit, but y'all know what I mean. She's saying that he took advantage of her sexually on multiple occasions. Multiple occasions. Now, let's get a little backstory as to how this whole thing unfolded. According to the complaint, the woman is saying that she met Shannon Sharp at a gym. She was 20 years old. Shannon Sharp was in his mid-50s, according to the complaint. They got to chopping it up in the gym, kicking it and everything. And I don't know how this conversation came up, but Shannon Sharp told her, hey, look, I'll buy you some titties if you beat me in this weight loss contest. Let's you and me have a weight loss contest. Let's see who can lose the most weight. And if you win, I'll buy you some titties. How did that conversation even come about? Like, I'm talking about, like, how do you walk up to a woman and be like, hey, check this out. Look, let's do this competition thing, and I'm going to buy you some titties. Now, the complaint never said that she said, no, I'm not doing that. You a pervert. Get away from me. No, she didn't say nothing like that. So she had to agree with it. And the reason why I say she had to agree with it, because somehow he ended up with her phone number. According to her, she said he got to calling and texting relentlessly. I'm talking about just on her. He's really pursuing her. And then after, calling and texting, he'll be saying, hey, look, come to the crib. I got the mansion over here. You know what I'm saying? Come to the mansion. And after all that pursuing, after all that calling and texting, she gave in. Now they are in a relationship. However, this is not just a regular relationship because according to her, he was very controlling and verbal abusive, calling her all out her name, disrespecting her and stuff like that. But she stayed in the relationship. Now she's saying that Shannon Sharpe wanted control over her whole being. He wanted control over her time, her body. If he say, hey, look, be here at 8 o'clock, you better be there at 8 o'clock. Be there at 10 o'clock, you better be there at 10 o'clock. Don't be there at, he controlled everything. She says one time they got into a real argument. I'm talking about, if you ever been in a relationship with somebody, sometimes you have a little tit for tat, but this right here was one of those arguments where, he terrified her. And not because of just the words that was coming out of his mouth, but he had a gun visible that she can see while he talking crazy to her. She was so scared and terrified out her mind. Y'all know what she did? She started to try to drop her location to some of her homegirls. Hey, look, I'm over here, dude, tripping. Hey, man, just in case something happened, hey, this one I'm at, you know what I'm saying? Shannon Sharpe peeped all that. Grabbed the phone, seen what she was doing. Nah, Snatched her up, told her straight like this here, if you do that again, I'll kill you. Not if you do that again, get out my house. You know what? This is not working. I don't want to be with you. No, if you try to share your location again with your friends while you at the mansion and while we done had an argument, I'll kill you. What y'all think she did? After somebody tell you they'll kill you. Look, the relationship continued. Yeah. After all this verbal abuse and everything like that, and she's scared for her life, he got a gun, the relationship continued. She only tried to break the relationship off when Shannon got caught on Instagram making love lotion to some woman that she didn't know that he had, and when she peeped that, then she said she tried to quit Shannon. You know what, that word quit might be a little bit too ancient for some of you youngsters, you know what I'm saying? But back in my day, if you was in a relationship with somebody and y'all was what we call now broke it off, we used to say, man, I quit her. Or man, she quit him. Or we quit each other. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so when she tried to break it off, she said that's when Shannon took advantage of her sexually. Cold-blooded demonstration. And she's suing him for $50 million. Now, let me say this right here. I understand that a lot of women get taken advantage of, especially by rich men, powerful men, and stuff like that, or just abusive men. Women get taken advantage of a lot. But allow me to say this right here too. Women, please stop making bad decisions. You understand something is wrong. You understand when something is bad. Just like this sister here, or whoever she is, just like this woman here. When he started showing you that he was controlling and all that right there, that's a red flag. You should, hey, hold on, nah, wait a minute. Like I'm an independent woman, I like you and all that, but you doing a little bit too much. Let me go and get out the way. You see, when he threatened to kill her, that's a red light, a red flag, a red lobster. That's a red everything. Somebody tell you they gonna kill you. Look, you don't play with that. People don't just talk like that just to be talking. That's a serious threat. Look, I'll kill you. That's tough. You don't play with nothing like that. When somebody tell you they gonna kill you or they will kill you got to take them seriously. Because if you don't, you can end up dead. That's how serious it is. So in this situation, after he told her that, she still was with the man. So you got to understand, women, what was this woman showing this man? What was this woman telling this man after he controlled her, verbally abused her, um, um, sexually assaulted her, and threatened to kill her? You think he gonna stop? No, she's showing him that, you know what, baby, it's okay. You can do that. It's nothing. Go ahead. And that's why, as you can see, it started out with the controlling, then the verbal abuse, and then to the threat of killing, then to the taking advantage of the woman sexually. Y'all see how it progressed over time? And they was only in a relationship for a year, but y'all see the progress of his madness in time. Now, these bad decisions, women, y'all got to understand that these bad decisions, a lot of the times, based on women's greed. Oh man, hood, don't do that, man. You're gonna have women unsubscribing, you're gonna have brothers unsubscribing and stuff like that. But look, y'all know me, I gotta be 100 with y'all. If that woman, the same woman that Shanon was with, met somebody that was poor, broken, starving, and he tried to control her or verbally abused her, she'd have been gone. She'd have been gone. Like, what? Come on, you can't. She'd have been gone. But see, Shannon got a huge bag. I'm talking about one of them bags you got to do like this and put over your shoulder. Shannon got a bag like that, full of money. And so a lot of the times, these women, in their greed, they allow stuff to happen. A lot of the times, women in their emotions, we got to be 100. When women are locked in their emotions and they love your dirty draws, yeah, they'll let you get away with a lot of stuff too. You know what I'm saying? But the reason why I use greed in this demonstration is because that's how the relationship started off. I'll buy you some titties. How you end up in a relationship with somebody that said, I'll buy you some titties the first day they met you? He understood the game. Hey, look, she young, she 20 years old. I got trinkets. I got things to show her. Let me show her some glittery things, some things that look fine and pleasing to the eye. Let me go buy a couple purses, put her in some clothes that she can't even pronounce. Let me give her her allowance and stuff like this. A 20-year-old girl. So he 50 in his mid 50s. He understand the play. Look, let me give her something. That's all she want anyway, is some trinkets. I'll buy you some titties. And she went. Ended up in a relationship with a maniac. Do I agree with Shanon Sharpe? According to this complaint, because the man is still innocent until proven guilty, but we just going off the complaint. Do I agree with Shanon Sharpe abusing this woman mentally and emotionally? Do I agree with Shanon Sharpe using this woman sexually, taking advantage of this woman sexually? Do I agree with him threatening to kill her? Hell no, I don't agree with that. No, all that is wrong. I do not agree with it. But the bad decision, and I'm not trying to put it on the woman, but everybody needs to be held accountable in these type of situations. For an example, hood educated residents, the women and the guests. If somebody was doing you like that, would you stay with them? If somebody started out to I'll buy you some titties, that should be a red flag there. Like, hey man, wait, hold on. How you gonna you just met me? If he start being controlling, taking over your time and your body, demanding you, right? If he start threatening you, talking about he gonna kill you, if he start taking advantage of you sexually, y'all gonna stay with a person like that? Y'all gonna be around a person like that? Is y'all gonna excuse that type of behavior and say, That's just Shannon. You know, he a superstar, champ, 2-time champion, I believe, 3 times champion. You know, he got a big old bag of money. You know what I'm saying? So you know, and he buy me purses, give me an allowance and stuff like that. So it's an even trade. You know, like y'all gonna allow that to happen because some women will. Some women say, you know what, I suffer because I like what he giving me. Yeah, he can do all this stuff to me. I suffer because I like what he's doing. You see what I'm saying? Y'all got to excuse me. That's that ring thing. For those of us who got ring, yeah, somebody at that front door. You understand? So y'all excuse the ring right now. I ain't, you know, unless I hit the door, get kicked down or something like that, then I'm gonna jump up off this thing. But nah, I mean, it got to be somebody. Well, look, let me get back to the topic. Sisters, women all over the world, stop allowing yourself to be misused all because you want some trinkets or all because you are emotionally involved. One thing that we got to take from this whole demonstration is this right here. This woman right here was one of those women. I don't know her, but I got evidence, everything that's been happening before me. She was one of those women. Her greed took advantage of her. Her greed took advantage of her. And this is the thing right here. If you notice, what she did was she stayed in a relationship until she found out that he was having sex with somebody else. Then she tried to break it off. Now here come the lawsuit. It's all about the money. It's all about the greed. It was all about that. And from the jump, from the get-go, it was all about that. And this right here just proves it because you was letting this man do all this foul stuff to you and you ain't say nothing. You suffered. You was his victim. And you continued to be his victim. But then when you seeing him having sex with another woman, oh, I draw the line there. You can threaten to kill me. You can verbally abuse me. You can take advantage of me sexually and all that. But when you giving that thing and making love lotion with another woman, oh, I draw the line. Now I don't want to be with you and I want to sue you. I know I ain't going to the police. No, I'm not going to the police. I don't want to see you in jail. I need you to be out here making these millions of dollars. So when I sue you, I can get paid. This is hood educated, not lame related. Peace and love, and y'all take care of yourself out there. If I said anything that caused you to think, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. And if you're feeling generous, please make a small donation to the channel. Peace and love. Before I go, let me ask y'all something. Y'all jump in the comments and y'all tell me, when y'all make donations, should I start back, you know, announcing the people that donated, or should I just keep it discreet the way that I've been doing? I would love to hear y'all feedback on that. Peace and love.
He was with him. Gang Spitter, y'all subscribe, like, share the video. Yesterday we got the news with Shanon Sharpe, old girl. She filed a $50 million lawsuit accusing Shanon Sharpe of the unthinkable. From everything from the R word to controlling to putting hands on her and all that there. Then she teamed up with Tony Busby, same dude to try to take down Jay-Z, same dude that's after a lot of top tier black guys. And now he won't smoke with Shanon Sharpe. So they came out with that. They released the statements. Well, old girl said Shanon Sharpe did. Then Shanon Sharpe, he fired back with, he released some text messages from old girl saying how she want to have a black baby and pay her $25K per butt cheek and put her tongue in his backside and all that shit there. So got past all that. You had a lot of people, including me, taking up for Shanon Sharpe and all that there. Fast forward to the day. Today is a new day. She come with her audio. Remember I told you in the last video, hey, this is a 12-round boxing match right here. This ain't no Mike Tyson knocked out first round, 15 seconds. So he knocked her down on the back. Referee counting 1, 2, 3, 4. She get up round the fifth, between the fifth and seventh count. She get up and she throwing them bitches back. Yeah, she throwing them punches back. Yeah, today she just released an audio of Shanon Sharpe saying he gon', choke her. If she keeps saying he manipulating her and all of that, what she screaming, she recording phone calls. So she been had this plan. She been had this to record a phone call. He been had this plan. So, which, yeah, I understand he's saying he'll choke you and all that there, but all men talk like that as far as like saying something in that form. If it ain't that, it's something else. Some dudes say what they're gonna do with a gun. Some dudes, because if you in the text messages is saying you want him to put a collar around your neck and choke you and stuff like that, yeah, I can't really put it off that he really mean he gonna choke you when he see you. He still can mean when he see you and choke you, it's in the bedroom. Yeah, and you ain't showing no evidence that he really done that. Where is the bruises? If you can record phone calls and all that does, so you've been setting this up, why wouldn't you record or take a picture when you got black eyes, you got bruises on your arm, and yeah, around that time. Not now, you hurt yourself now and take a picture. I'm talking about back then, and then on the photo we can see, oh yeah, this was taken January 2024, 2023. It need to show on August 2024, July, June, whenever. The same dates that you accusing that man of hurt you, you need to have the pictures. If you had a recording phone calls, ain't no way you wouldn't take pictures of bruises on your arm and this and that. Like, yeah, you need to show all that. So that's what you need to be huddling up and trying to get together, go on your phone and your video library and all this stuff, sending that to Tony Busby. If you ain't having none of that, and all you got is him saying he'll choke you, and that's it, because you got that, and he also got you trying to escort yourself to him. You ain't, when you text him, why you ain't got no text messages saying, I had to go to the hospital. My arm still hurt. My arm broke, because that don't make no sense. If you got audio, you recorded this man on a phone. So you mean to tell me you ain't got no pictures? Okay, you ain't got no pictures. So you mean to tell me you ain't got no text messages texting him saying, I had to go to the hospital, my lip busted, my neck still hurt. Why you keep putting your hands on me? Why you keep doing this? Why you keep doing that? Something that a victim would say. I'm scared. I'm gonna get a restraining order. You ain't got no restraining orders or nothing. So all you got is that one phone call, and then you got y'all live together. He probably got cash out that he sent you, money that he sent you. You ain't got no signs of you trying to get away from him. You know what I'm saying? How many times had 911 been called to the house? If this man's so crazy and he a monster and he a giant, he do this, he controlling, how many times you done called 911 and they had to come to the house? So you ain't got none of that. You just so happen to record that phone conversation. You probably recorded every phone conversation he ever had with you. But that's the only one where he said something in that type of field. Because ain't no way that's your best one. That's the best one you got? That's the best one? You better have some more shit in the hat come to court time. When the court come, and why you don't want to see him locked up? If he's so, a real victim want to see him locked up and they want some money, not just want the money. When you start listening to Pee-wee Longway, when you start listening to Blue Eminem, I just want the money, baby. I just want the money. I ain't know you do that song. I ain't know you knew that Pee-wee Longway song. So you been in the lobby. You didn't switch the rule before. You been running around the lobby. Yeah. So and then they saying they got Shanon saying y'all got this tape. It's a 10-minute long tape. He ain't got it, but y'all got it. but y'all gonna edit it like how bloggers and shit like that, YouTubers and people like that's on social media do. You're gonna edit a whole 10-minute tape and one little part that's gonna make it seem like what she's saying is right because the stuff he doing or saying to her, that's what she like. That's what turned her on. White girl shit. And y'all gonna use that to try to make him look like a monster. Well, we still on Shannon Sharpe's side. We don't give a fuck about him saying he gonna choke a hole. You should hear what I say. You should hear what I say. Like, nigga, man, ain't about that. But you think we go flip on him because he's saying that? Man, the only thing we'll tell him is leave them white girls alone. Leave them snow bunnies, leave them, yeah, anything outside the sister race. Trying to leave them motherfuckers alone, man. Like, they want to tear you down. They want to tear you down. Like, everybody ain't the same. But you can't chance this shit, man. Shit getting ugly. But we're gonna play the audio.
And so I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
what does that even mean?
Nothing yet. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that word one more time, I'm gonna fucking choke the shit out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Okay. Well, okay, so I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's
So,
what it is.
that's what that conversation was, or at least that's the clip that we got. Now we got Shannon Sharpe. He didn't respond to it. This is what he had to say.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks. To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to.
So there you have it with that right there. Like, he got framed. He getting framed. That's what he getting framed, man. Like, $50 million for saying somebody gonna choke you. That's all y'all got. And you want the people, his fans, everybody who watch him. You want everybody to go against him because he said, when I see you, I'm going to choke the shit out of you, but it ain't no proof of that. You ain't got no texts. You ain't got no DMs. You ain't got no restraining orders. Ain't no 911 calls. We ain't seen no pictures. We got the video. Well, it's a video, but y'all editing. Y'all ain't going to play the whole thing. She ain't released the whole audio from that whole conversation. But Shannon, he this monster. Where the other women at? Anybody that got behavior like that right there and to do all that right there, should be plenty of other women coming out saying, he did me like that too. He did me like that too. Where they at? It's just you? Miss OnlyFans? See, you got everything that an escort would have. You got everything that a gold digging would have. You just mad because he probably cut you off. He ain't fucking with you no more. And now you ready to use all the evidence that you've been storing on this man. Because ain't no way you will record a phone call and been sitting on it that long and release it now. You knew what you was doing. What would make you record a phone call? Why is that your only evidence? You can't say the tape because he's saying y'all edit the tape. So why is that the only evidence that you got if you're an evidence collector? You trying to get $50 million. Come with some more proof. Come with some more proof, man. Like, just because he said it like how he said it, that don't mean he really meant that or he do that to you. Boston Richie girl, she got the bruises. Where your bruises at? You know, so I don't know what Tony Busby, I don't know what he's trying to prove. I don't know if he's just trying to take somebody down and get a big name under his belt. He gonna keep trying. I don't know what he got going on, but so far he ain't been lucky. So far he ain't been lucky. Like, there's always some bullshit with his victims. Every time he represents somebody, it be some bullshit. It was some bullshit with Jay-Z, some bullshit with Shannon Sharpe. So yeah, man. Like, Shannon, the black community, they're gonna stand behind you on this one. But you may want to reconsider the type of women that you deal with. Leave the white women alone. Why are you attracted to them? If you want foreign chicks, you like foreign girls, we got foreign black women. We got Jamaicans, Haiti girls, Africans, that's foreign. Yeah, we got all different type of black women. Brown skin, light skin, black and white, all type of shit, man. Black and Mexican, black and Asian. What's y'all thoughts on this shit right here, man? What y'all feel, man? Do y'all feel like Shannon, he can beat this case right here? Y'all feel like he gonna come out on top? What y'all think of old girl? What would y'all do in a situation like this right here? Should Shannon Sharpe talk about it like how he doing? And let the people know on everything? I mean, let the people in on everything? Because he ain't got nothing to hide? Yeah, man, like, y'all get some tips how you can avoid situations like this. When you got money, when you like to with a lot of women. Get the tips on in the comments, the red flags. When y'all see a woman do this, cut her off. I'm pretty sure she shows some red flags. The black woman, when you say you're gonna choke her when you see her, she ain't gonna just be sitting on the phone calm. Unless she's scared of you. The other ones, they gonna tell you, they gonna stab you, you going to jail, they gonna shoot you, they gonna choke you back. Y'all, they ain't gonna just sit on the phone, especially the hood ones. You understand? So that's what you want. You want that same feedback. Because if she'll tell you she'll hurt you back, she probably ain't recording that phone conversation. When I'm gonna be quiet and they letting space in between, giving you room to talk some more,
My bad, y'all. I'm
you're
back.
probably getting recorded. You can't even joke with them white women like that because they ain't, I say stick with your race. Now, there's some good white women out here that love a black man.
Hey,
They
I'm good.
love a black man.
In green 6.
But it seems like they more harder to find like that when you got money, fame, success. Because she just with you for that, not because you Shannon Sharpe. You know what I'm saying? Like, she don't care nothing about your real government name, your real life. She care about what you accomplished in your life. She tried all her moves, it didn't work. She tried to eat you out, that didn't work. She tried to, give you the best top, that didn't work. You didn't want to get married, you don't want to be in a relationship, so now she got to get that money another way. She was gonna try to do it the nice way, ring, baby, leave you, get child support, and all this stuff, move on to the next.
So, yeah, but that has nothing to do with the sexual assault case, though. This is just the audio of the of Shannon Sharpe saying he's gonna choke her. I still feel like he might be guilty allegedly of the sexual assault because basically it was 50 people that came out saying that he touched them. So I don't know, man. Big shout outs to the game spitter though.
That didn't work. Now she got to destroy your image. You ain't gonna just do me like that and throw me back in the water. And I gotta figure this shit out now. So nasty
Okay,
work,
cool.
man.
For sure. Yeah.
Y'all
Hell
hit that
yeah,
like
bro.
button, y'all
Nah,
subscribe
that
to the
be.
channel, y'all share this video. More information on this case come out. I'm gonna touch back on it, man. He was with him. Oh, follow me on IG, the_gang_spitter. Donate to the channel, $ the gang spitter 704. Go. It's the gang spitter, y'all. Subscribe, like, share the video.
Okay, so now we're gonna do a little bit more of a deep dive, and it's gonna be law
This
and
just
crime.
in, the Texas attorney who targeted Sean Diddy Combs with dozens of civil lawsuits on behalf of John and Jane Doe's allegedly victimized by the music mogul has a new target in his sights. NFL legend Shanon Sharpe. A
Shout out to
brand
Law
new
and
lawsuit
Crime
was
Network,
just
man.
filed in Nevada claiming Sharpe was manipulative and abusive and eventually sexually assaulted a Jane Doe, with the latest claims allegedly happening as recently as January. We got our hands on the filing, and we're going to break down everything you need to know. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Tony Busby's back. The lawyer who went after Sean Combs, Jay-Z, we'll talk about that. Well, he is still swinging at high-profile men that he claims are abusers. This time, he's calling out Shanon Sharpe, the 56-year-old NFL superstar turned podcaster and commentator. Brand new lawsuit filed against Shanon Sharpe. We got a copy of it right here. It was filed out in Nevada. We're going to go over it. But Shanon Sharpe, in case you don't know who he is, he played 14 seasons in the NFL with the Denver Broncos, the Baltimore Ravens. He was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2011. After he retired, he spent time as a sports commentator and analyst. You might remember that he co-hosted Skip and Shannon Undisputed with Skip Bayless from 2016 to 2023.
Yes, he
And
did.
his employer, by the way, Fox Sports, they faced their own accusations of sexual misconduct in a separate filing from earlier this year. We covered it here on Sidebar as well. Now, Sharpe is part of the sports podcast space. He hosts two shows, Club Shay Shay and Nightcap. In fact, you remember his interview with comedian Cat Williams in January 2024 on Club Shay Shay? That helped spark, I should say, a renewed interest in Sean Diddy Combs and his alleged bad behavior at his infamous parties. Got a lot of people talking.
Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you got to tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did.
But now it's Shanon Sharpe who's in the spotlight for his own accusations of abuse. Because on Monday morning, Texas attorney Tony Busby announced on his Instagram that he'd filed a $50 million lawsuit in Nevada court against Sharpe. On Instagram, he wrote in part, "I'm extremely proud to represent Jane Doe. It takes a great deal of courage to stand up against those with power, fame, and money. I look forward to pressing this case in court." So we're going to go over this, but I want to first bring in John Clune, civil attorney who litigates on behalf of survivors of sexual abuse and sexual assault. John, so good to have you. And again, this is kind of breaking news. I didn't have an opportunity to fully go through this lawsuit, so you and I are going to break this down in basically real time. When we saw this early this morning, it was a shock to us. What was your initial reaction?
My initial reaction was the timing of it, to be honest. Before I read the lawsuit, just the timing of it for it to be filed, on Easter Sunday, that struck me as a unusual move. But then as I went through the lawsuit, the allegations are pretty disturbing. We don't know if they're true or not, but what's written in the complaint is pretty terrible stuff.
John, I have to say, to go after Shanon Sharpe, if you're Tony Busby, after what just happened with Jay-Z, remember, he filed that lawsuit on behalf of a Jane Doe, a woman who claimed that she was 13 years old back in 2000 and was sexually assaulted.
Now, you could take it like this. You could take it like they trying to get all of the different stars, predominantly black stars, and they're trying to put them away and they're trying to extort them. Or you could look at it as when you get to that certain level and you have that amount of money, it's almost like it's it's almost like it's like a power move, and it's like that's how you show how powerful you are by doing these acts to women. Now I'm not saying that Shannon Sharpe did it because it's all alleged, and everybody's innocent until proven guilty, but it's just the setback, bro, that it's always the same pattern, bro. Somebody that was that was a star from a couple years back, they're still on, they got money. Now they feel like they have this power that they don't need to ask permission to take what they want. And what I mean by it is, they can touch whoever they want to touch, they can do whatever they want to do. There's no laws to them. There's no consequences. There's no rules to them. They got to that level where they feel like they're so elite. It's not shamed upon if they do something vulgar and disrespectful to a woman pertaining to a sexual act. Because I'm gonna say it like this: before Puff, right? We had that other guy. See if you guys could fill in the blank, bro, because I'm thinking of his name. He was a well-known not producer. He was a well-known he was a well-known producer predominantly in movies, a little bit of TV, but movies. And TMZ did a documentary on him. It was Surviving Somebody. It's a whitish Italian dude, basically. And that's when everybody came out with the 1 in 3 or whatever. Like I forgot what it's called, or the you and the me and 3, which is like it shows the population of how many people got molested or raped or assaulted. In for females. I forgot bro's name. Well, fuck. It's just gonna fuck with me, man. But basically, what I was trying to get to say with it was when they get to that level, they feel like there's no consequences, no rules, and they don't have to be accountable for anything that they do. So I'm not saying that Shannon Sharpe didn't. I mean, I'm not saying that Shannon Sharpe did do these acts, but it doesn't surprise me if he allegedly did this because of the level of elitism that he's on. Now, let's break this down into something else now. If you don't understand what is going on, listen to this. They're targeting the streamers now. Kai Cenat or Sanat was on Shannon Sharpe, right? And he asked Kai about the Black Panda eye. What that is that's a cultist group who dress with the black eyeliner like a panda, and they do things like fondle each other for a ritualistic experience. That's what I was trying to say. Now, if he's asking Kai, do you already know about the Black Panda shit? And not to smut Kevin Hart, but he was around trying to get Kai to come around to the Black Panda events and stuff like this. You could look it up, Black Panda Eye. Matter of fact, I might be able to pull up a fucking I might be able to pull up a damn clip from TikTok of the dude talking about it, and he's telling about all the members that are involved. Now, I'm not saying that, excuse me, that Shannon is involved, but it wouldn't surprise me if he was because he asked Kai if he was familiar with that group. So, just comes to show that these people are in their own group own category of elitism to the point where they feel like they're going to be immortal because of all these ritualistic acts that they do to live longer, to age better, and all these different things. So their mindset is already so devilish that they feel like they can do whatever to whoever, whenever. And that's just how Hollywood goes, bro. Especially when you get up to that fucking point. But we gonna go back into it, man. I ain't trying to spoil it.
Assaulted by Jay-Z. That lawsuit was dropped, and it came after serious questions of her story and credibility surfaced, both by reporting by NBC News and evidence that was presented by Jay-Z's side. Jay-Z ended up suing this woman, suing Tony Busby as well. So now to go after Shanon Sharpe, another high-profile figure, does that tell you that he feels he has the evidence in this case?
Well, Mr. Busby is a pretty bold mover in this space. I mean, he seems to not be, shy about his decision making. So it could mean
Here we
that
go.
he's
Here we
got the
go.
goods
Yep.
in this
See,
particular case, or
I heard the panda eye was when a person get hit in the anal, it gives them a panda eye. Yes, yes, yes. So see, I just didn't want to get to that type of graphic symbolism. I'm trying to be more what's the word? Cautious and discreet about what I'm saying. But yes, that's what I am referring to. But they do wear the black panda eyeliner around there right here. But yes, that's why I said fondle and do sexual acts for a ritualistic experience. I heard the panda eye was when a person get hit in the anal, it gives them a panda eye. Yeah, so that's what that is. So have you heard a little bit about it in the industry with these streamers then? Because that's what their main target is right now is these new streamers, predominantly black streamers like Kai Sanat, I Show Speed. These people are being targeted by these. Man, I don't want to die. I don't want to die, man. I'm just gonna keep it real, bro. I'm gonna stop talking about this shit, bro, because at the end of the day, you never know who's listening, and I ain't trying to be a whistleblower or none of that. So I'm just gonna leave it as allegedly they do these alleged things. It's crazy, and I'm just saying maybe some of this has to do with this, but probably not. Feel me? Probably not. Just with children actors. Yes, children actors and young adults. But yeah, you got it on the right one, bro. You hit it on the right. You hit the nail on the head. You got it on the right note.
could just be, kind of par for the course, and this is how he, handles his high-profile cases.
But and me and I know, you can't just file a frivolous lawsuit. You can't file a lawsuit to harass somebody. You have to believe the law, the facts. There's, there has to be some semblance of facts that you put forward in a complaint that pass an motion to dismiss test. So he has to feel that he might not have all the evidence right now, but he has to feel confident in Jane Doe's account, right? Otherwise, he'd be breaking ethics rules.
Yeah, and the thing with these accounts, like in a sexual assault, just a Jane Doe against an individual, is it's really hard to get rid of that case on a motion to dismiss, or even down the road on a motion for summary judgment. Because if you have your client who's saying, "This is what happened to me," and then in this case, say Mr. Sharpe says, "No, that's not what happened. It was very different." That's really a trial issue. That's not something a judge is really going to dismiss.
Now, now, let's be real. Is there occurrences though where it is that to where the person knows what's going down, they go away for a couple years after the said event, they come back years later, pressing charges, filing a lawsuit, whatever it is, but they don't deal with it right away, which gives the blurry-eyed vision person and the blind seer to make them believe, okay, they're trying to they're trying to ridiculous. They're trying to what's the word? They're trying to spew out ridiculous accusations and allegations and tarnish this man's character, tarnish this woman's character, or just blemish their image. But because that's what it's portrayed as, right? Because we're not thinking like, oh, well, this did happen to this person, but why did they take so long to come out? It must be fake, or they must be broke now. They need some money. Whatever that narrative is, it keeps spinning around the verse. So what I think is with Shannon Sharpe is maybe it happened one too many times, allegedly. And now this person said, I had enough. I'm going to come out and I'm going to speak out on this, and you're going to have to pay me. And people are going to look at you so crazy, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Because it's like this. It's like this. It's like this, shorty, bro. Do you believe every single person that made a statement on Puff? Or do you believe the majority? Because that's the thing. There's some outlandish shit that was on those statements that if he did do all of those things, I don't wish jail on nobody, but I don't think that he should be around in society, or at least around in the industry anymore. But he's about to get bail soon. So it's just like, it's not really frowned upon. Only for a certain amount of time, up until it's something else to take our what's it called? Our interest to. Like, after it becomes old, now something else pops up to blind our vision, and yeah, for sure, the majority, to blind our vision and keep us distracted from the bullshit that's going behind everything. Now, I don't know if you know this, but I'm gonna go right back to the video after I say this. All those people that were celebrities that got their houses burned in the Palisades, right? That's crazy, right? But a number of those people were on TikTok the week before, blemishing God's name, basically just slandering him and just saying there's no God and all this other stuff. And then that happened right afterwards, right? So you could take it as a coincidence, you could take it as the universe, you could take it as fate. But at the end of the day, I don't think we understand how powerful our words are in general. Especially these high elite people are on a different type of currency with their shock waves and their energy and their astro flame and all that shit. For me, their vibration is higher due to whatever ritualistic events that they participate in. So it's like a loophole of stuff that if you keep diving deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, you'll drive yourself insane. So we're gonna go right back into this, but I'm just saying that's what's so crazy about it. It's like, this is just the iceberg compared to what the fucking whole shebang is, the whole fucking menu of what's going on. You remember back when they was doing the shit with Epstein, the shit, it came out that almost every single star was texting them, oh, I like the pizza, and I bring the pizza and shit for little girls, little boys, whatever it was. So what I'm saying is, just these little things that are coming out now are just the tip of the iceberg to what the actual whole mountain or the whole glacier of the mountain and the snow and everything under it. You know what I'm saying? Metaphorically. What I'm saying is, basically, this is just the tip of it. There's way more. But this is just what they want to let us know. But all right, we're going to keep going.
On motion. So other types of cases that have more subtle elements to them maybe can get dismissed on motion, but this kind of thing is really hard for a defendant to get rid of short of trial.
By the way, our content shows just how rampant crime is right now, and that is especially true with cybercrime. Cybercrime growing more dangerous and widespread. It threatens businesses like never before. I mean, did you know that in 2024, 1 in 5 businesses fell victim to?
Now, that's another thing. People need to understand with all this security and all these things that they think are tools to keep us safe from hackers and cyber people like that. It's so crazy that as long as the person has the not the last 4, but all 16 digits of your card number, right? They could get your address. They could get your address. They could get your phone number. They could sign up for credit cards, and they could just run your shit up. Not off of having your PIN, not off of having your account information, just off of having your debit card, credit card, even EBT card. We're not safe when it comes to that. How many times a day do you get a call from a scam like me? Now, each time that the scam likely calls you, they're jotting down your IP address, which is your location, your Wi-Fi router address. They could shut down your power. It's scary when you think about it because it's like there's all these things to keep us safe from that, like all these people that work cybersecurity and work 24-hour cybersecurity monitoring sites like Instagram, Meta, Facebook, whatever the fuck it is, that doesn't even really do anything. Somebody could just hack you right through off of just having your debit card, your credit card, your EBT card. Then they could run up your fucking balance, go get a new card, fuck up your credit, go get a car in your name, whatever it is, it's nothing to them to do that. So I feel like that's a mirage for all this, we're doing cybersecurity and monitoring these sites like Meta and all this shit. You got to do all these verifications. All these verifications that you do, they're jotting down your data, just like China and Japan does with Snapchat and TikTok. They save all that. They save all that. And just because you're on a FaceTime call doesn't mean you're being not tracked either. There's people, 600 said it. That's what's so crazy. If somebody like 600 could say it, you know that it's probably something that's really true. 600 says they have people that can read your lips that sit there and monitor the FaceTime calls to see exactly what you're saying. Yeah, maybe they can't track it like that. But there's some type of way that there's a loophole that they could come in some type of way. So yeah, man, it's so much crazy shit in the world, man. You got to just thank your blessings every day. Pray to God, man, and just stay out the way, bro, because it's always somebody that has a secret secret agenda that's trying to attack your well-being, your spirituality, whatever it may be.
To ransomware, and half of those were small businesses? Yeah. But don't worry, Apollo Networks is here to protect your business and help you fight against these business-ending threats. They use the latest cybersecurity technologies to
see right here, cybersecurity technology.
Threats before you even know they're there and preventing downtime.
I look, they're trying to do a promotion. Go to apollonetworks.com/sidebar to get a free network health assessment and 50% off of your first month. It's a business. These people who are running these campaigns about cybersecurity are the people that are giving your information to these hackers. These people who are doing these campaigns on this cybersecurity are the people that are giving your information and selling your information to people on the dark web. It's a business. Just like drugs at the pharmacy and the medical industry is a business. Why do you think that they knocked off, allegedly, somehow they took out Dr. Sebi? And that documentary with him, Nip, and Nick Cannon never came out, which was showing that there are places in Africa where you could find the cure for cancer, you could find the cure for AIDS, you could, and the list goes on. They don't want you to live peacefully. They always want you to be scared. What's the quickest thing you could see when you turn on the news? Negativity, right? The news works off of your emotions. Say, for instance, if it's just them showing like a dog or something, like, oh, there's this dog that needs a home and it's been hurt or whatever, that's playing off your emotions. Or just then today, this mother just drowned her 3-year-old daughter in the tub. It's always something to glorify the negativity. Now you got this person in Detroit that says he wants to, or was in New York, he got in trouble. He was on the news. He said we might as well just just do the fucking purge. So all I'm saying is, man, don't believe the hype, man. Don't believe the hype. Stay out the way. Be close with your loved ones. You never know when it's gonna be the last time you're gonna see them. Man, let any bygones or grudges go. This is the time where you need to get together with people and unite as one. They don't want to see us strong. They want to see us weak. And yeah, man. Yeah, big pharma makes billions off the Americans. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. And what's the biggest drug that they promote all day on TV? Don't use fentanyl. But they did a research, and they did a story and a what was it? It's basically like a segment and some research on that. Half of the stuff that your kids use from cold cough medicine has the ingredients of fentanyl in it. There's even certain cleaning products that have fentanyl in it. So, man, I'm gonna keep going. My bad, y'all. It's just I got on one thing, man. I just
Safeguarding your data. Beyond just protection, they optimize your daily operations by managing your backups, providing 24/7 tech support, and being your trusted partner for all your IT needs. Their mission is simple: deliver elite level security while helping your business run faster, more efficiently, and with peace of mind. No business is too big or too small to be protected. From one computer to thousands, they have custom solutions to fit every industry. So right now, you can go to apollonetworks.com/sidebar or scan the QR code on screen to get a free network health assessment and 50% off your first month. By the way, before we get into the context of the suit, Jane Doe, so filing under Jane Doe, a pseudonym, typically speaking, how likely is it that she will be able to continue moving forward in this litigation anonymously? I know in the Sean Combs case, several courts have said that the Jane Does and possibly even the John Does have had to come forward and reveal their identities. Talk to me about what the interests, the different factors the court will look at, and whether or not Jane Doe would be able to proceed anonymously.
Yeah, I'd say at best it's 50-50 that she's able to proceed in that fashion. I mean, generally speaking, there's a strong preference in the courts for transparency and open proceedings. That includes using your real name in the lawsuit. If you can convince a court that there's a public interest in keeping her name, from the public, which can be something like safety issues, it can be the shame of the situation, if it's the age of the person, quite often if they're underage, you're much more likely to be able to keep the pseudonym. But in this kind of a case where it's one adult against another, unless there's any particular safety harms, it's not an easy thing to be able to convince a judge to keep it as a Jane Doe.
Yeah, and I've seen the argument put forward by the judge. Basically, if you are choosing to file a lawsuit and you are putting this celebrity in the spotlight, the defendant has a right to defend himself, to investigate your claims, to investigate you. You're the one who chose to file the lawsuit and put your credibility at issue. So you should have to be able to proceed with your name and your identity being exposed. But again, there are certain factors to consider. And by the way, when we talk about Tony Busby, let's not forget he filed numerous lawsuits on behalf of others against Sean Combs. That's how his name has really come up in the news in the past several years, right? He held that press conference where he said that he was representing so many dozens and dozens of accusers against Sean Combs. So now I want to dig into what this lawsuit has to say. So Tony Busby, let me just say this, known for his flamboyant speech in his civil filings. And in this one doesn't appear to be any exception because it begins, a woman can say yes to consensual sexual relations with a man 99 times. But when she says no, even once, that no means no. Defendant Shanon Sharpe, a man who's accustomed to getting what he wants, completely fails to understand this basic concept. After many months of manipulating and controlling plaintiff, a woman more than 30 years younger than he, and repeatedly threatening to brutally choke and violently slap her, Sharpe refused to accept the answer no and raped plaintiff, despite her sobbing and repeated screams of no. According to the complaint, Jane Doe worked out at this same gym as Shanon Sharpe in Los Angeles, and she was 19 at the time. This is what she claims.
So this is somebody that's 19 who works out at the same gym as Shannon Sharpe. Wow. Who's to say she wasn't 18? I mean,
And she claims that he had been watching her during her workouts and finally introduced himself, insisting that she give him her number. And the filing says that Jane Doe found Sharpe, quote, physically intimidating. The lawsuit reads, over the next couple of weeks, Sharpe incessantly pursued plaintiff. He constantly approached her at the gym and attempted to contact her frequently with phone calls and text messages asking to meet up, unwilling to take no for an answer. Eventually, plaintiff gave in and agreed to meet with Sharpe outside of the gym. However, before doing so, Sharpe demanded that Doe sign a non-disclosure agreement, or NDA, something.
so before they did anything, he had her sign an NDA. That's not a red flag. I don't know what is. Even though I can't say that though, because he is an elite celebrity. So he's just trying to protect his image. But then again, it's like y'all didn't even hang out one time yet. And you asking her to sign an NDA before y'all hang out. What is so what's the word? What is so top secret and so devious that you wouldn't want her to speak out on? Because, like I said, like this is just the beginning of the lawsuit. Like in a couple weeks, we're going to hear the rest of what it is and all the other information on it. Now, I could be wrong, and Shannon Sharpe could have never did nothing. Like I said, and I never said he did. I said allegedly. But what this seems like, what this seems like is it was a scare tactic because she already stated in the statement that she was intimidated by him. So he knew if he did do something to her, unless he had her sign an NDA, he would have been cooked. So he took it as like a security precaution, but he also took it as like a shit, like a way out in a way. So let's continue.
Something plaintiff found a bit concerning. She wondered why Sharpe was so insistent on her signing an NDA. She refused. Despite his repeated efforts to get her to sign, she refused time and again. Eventually, he dropped the issue and invited her to his house. Now, the lawsuit claims that this relationship between Sharpe and Jane Doe, again, more than 30 years his junior, was consensual, but it was rocky. She said he'd insisted they were exclusive, but then was caught
Consensual
multiple
but
times
rocky,
lying
huh?
about his whereabouts and who he was seeing. According to the filing, quote, by October 2024, Sharpe's behavior had grown progressively worse beyond anything plaintiff had experienced with him before. At this point, he was insistent upon recording their sexual activities, sometimes without her knowledge. Sharpe was also sharing the videos with others without her permission or knowledge. Sharpe would repeatedly tell Doe that he wanted to do to her things that would make no other man want her. By this point, Sharpe was no longer able to credibly maintain the relationship was exclusive. He had at this point accidentally or purposely, to advance his career, went live on Instagram while having sex with another woman. Sharpe flew into fits of anger when plaintiff noted his infidelity to the relationship or called him out about his extraneous activities. What had once become manipulation, control, and intimidation now became something far more dangerous and sinister. Sharpe even figured out how to get into Doe's apartment complex without her permission. Sharpe made it clear that what Doe wanted was of no moment, that Sharpe would get what he wanted when he wanted it. In October 2024, Shanon Sharpe violently sexually assaulted and anally raped plaintiff 2 different times in Las Vegas, Nevada, blatantly ignoring her request for
Disgusting,
him to
man.
stop. He did it again in January. Now, before I get into what the claims for relief are here, first, John, your thoughts on that narrative put forward by Jane Doe.
Yeah, I mean, it's deliberately graphic narrative. There's nothing inherently wrong with going into that level of detail in these types of cases to kind of get the court's attention on how serious this is. But it's, it's probably on the more graphic side of the scale in terms of these types of pleadings.
If there are recordings, how would she be able to get access to them, and how could that help her case?
Well, when she gets into civil discovery, she can demand copies of those. Whether they exist or ever existed, we don't know. But if they do exist, he'll be required to produce those. I mean, those could be significant. I mean, if you have videotapes of either
What's
non-consensual
good,
behavior
kosher,
or
bro?
behavior that regardless of how it appears, looks like there's surreptitious recordings of somebody. I mean, that's definitely something that would look really bad for any defendant.
Is it problematic for her that they were in a relationship? He talks about in the beginning of the lawsuit, a woman could say yes 99 times. If she says no once and you continue on, that's sexual assault, that's rape. Do you believe that them being in a consensual relationship for a long period of time or a period of time, do you believe that, according to her claims, even after being asked to sign an NDA, she nonetheless engaged in a relationship with him? Do you think that hurts her credibility?
I don't think it hurts her credibility. I think it's something that a defendant.
Well, I mean, I guess they could try to say like you knew like what you were signing up for, basically. Like, well, not like that, but you had reason to believe that something weird was going to happen, so you signed the NDA, but now you want to come out and say this and this and this and this happened after you signed the NDA. I mean, what you think, kosher, bro? What you think, shorty? Let me know, bro. Put it in the comments. I need flips in the chat, bro. Big flips in the chat, man. But we'll be back in.
Can use to their advantage to show the number of times that there was consensual sexual behavior as a suggestion that maybe these instances are being manipulated for the purpose of financial gain. So it's not quite as bright line as if though there had been never any sexual contact between the two of them. But maybe if this was 25 years ago, it'd be more of a problem. I think these days jurors have an understanding that people in intimate relationships can also be victims of sexual violence. So I wouldn't call it a big problem, but it's something that could be manipulated.
I'm just reading this this January 2025 alleged sexual assault. It's pretty disgusting. I mean, she basically says that she was begging for him to stop.
It's not really auto-tune, bro. It's just it's a different major. It's like major 1 or major C or C major or some shit. Let me change it. Let me see what it sounds like, bro. Hold on. What about this? Does it sound better to you? Let me know something. Let me know something. You sound like T-Pain. Yeah. Ooh. Sound like T-Pain. I don't know. What do you say? Let me buy you a drink. Oh, I'ma spend it on you. I got money in the bank. Oh, shit. Now let's see. Let's change it again, man. Yo, yo. What about this though? What about this though, church? Yeah, church. This sharp, church. Yeah, man. We checking in. We tapping in, church. We here, church. Yeah, man. We here, church. What's up with this Shannon Sharp dude, church? He a weirdo, church. He a weirdo, man. He always try to touch the bitch, church. Why you trying to touch the bitch for, church? I don't know what he trying to do, church. We finna listen.
He became more aggressive. He wouldn't wear protection, and that this sexual assault
Wouldn't wear
lasted
protection.
roughly 10 minutes. I'm not going to get into the details of it.
Nah, that's
However,
not
it is
right though,
just her
church.
testimony.
That's not right though, church. Nah, ain't right what he did, church. Tell him to come over here, church. Let me show him what to do, church. Pimp up, church. Almighty.
If she told anybody, let's say she didn't tell anybody, didn't tell authorities, is it just her testimony against his? I mean, will that be the key of it, her taking the stand and explaining this happened to her?
That's going to be the center of it for the both of them. They both have the ability.
Shannon Sharp just looks kind of zest, bro. Like, I'm not gonna count to you, bro. Like, bro just looks like a zesty guy, bro. Like, I feel like right after we heard that leaked audio of that live where he didn't know it was live and he was on top of his woman going, we should have known, man, that he was on some zestified shit, man. But yeah, man, I'm not trying to make fun of the situation, but it's just it just bugs me. I think he shouldn't be charged. She signed the paperwork. That is true. She signed the NDA, but then again, did he really sit here and, you know, take uh, her womanhood anally, bro? Because if that is the case, that's not right. Nobody should just be able to walk away from that. It doesn't matter how rich or how elite you are or how tuned in you are with the Illuminati, whatever the fuck it is. It shouldn't be okay to do that shit, fool. Like, for real though. All right.
Ability to describe what did or didn't happen, and it's going to be believability. Like you said, if she did tell somebody, that's helpful. If she sought any sort of medical treatment, that's also helpful. But it's also possible that neither of those things happen. It just becomes one person's word against another.
So she is suing for assault, sexual assault, battery, sexual battery, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. I imagine there's probably no statute of limitations issue.
I used to
since
think
this
he
is,
was
alleged
Rainbow
to have
Bright
occurred in
guy too.
2023. Are these relatively
Yeah,
broad?
man. I mean, shit,
Are causes
bro.
of action,
Hold on,
specific
real quick.
causes of
Well, shit,
action?
hold on.
Are they particularized in any way? Talk to me about what you believe about these causes of action that she's suing under.
I mean, that matches the facts of what she's alleged. You know, I think they're relatively specific to the information that's in the complaint. So, you know, that's the kind of collection of claims I would expect any attorney to bring, given those facts that they laid out in the complaint.
And the defense would be that either this didn't happen or it was consensual, right?
Right. That's pretty much the two options. You know, most of the time these days, you know, because of things like, you know, DNA or other ways to corroborate some sort of sexual activity, consent becomes the number one defense. So that's what we see most of the time.
Remember when I said this was a $50 million lawsuit? So I want to read you what she's suing for. General damages in the sum of excess of $10 million, special damages in the sum of excess $10 million, punitive damages $20 million, statutory penalties $10 million. How do that feels like a lot of money? I mean, now that you also wonder, how do you put a price on if this really did happen? How do you put a price on sexual assault? But at the same time, $50 million for general, special, punitive, statutory penalties. Talk to us about what those mean and whether or not those would be appropriate in a situation like this?
Yeah, so the general damages are going to be her emotional distress damages. So what's the general impact to her now and kind of for the years to come as a result of going through this? If this happened, and I want to underscore, we don't know if this happened, but if this happened, $10 million does not seem to me like an excessive amount of emotional distress damages. I mean, this is something that would stay with somebody for the rest of their life and be a significant struggle at various points in their life. The special damages are going to be economic losses. Those can be harder to establish. I mean, you'd have to use an economist to try to talk about how this is going to impact somebody's future career and their therapy, psychiatry, that sort of thing. It might be difficult to get up to $10 million for the special damages. The punitive damages, $20 million, those are damages that are just designed to punish somebody for their conduct. And again, if what has been outlined in the complaint is accurate, I could see a jury awarding that sum. We talked about a case the other day where there's $1.7 billion that was awarded for against one individual. That was for 40 women, but still was about $42 million per plaintiff. So the punitive damage figure is high. I mean, these are all really high numbers, but they're not. I don't think they're inappropriate in terms of what they have in the complaint. I'm not sure what the statutory penalties are, what they're referring to. That's probably something that's specific to Nevada law.
Interesting. Well, actually, talking about other lawsuits, by the way, in this filing, in Busby's filing, it also mentions a lawsuit against Shanon Sharpe out of New York. This one was filed by a woman named Michelle Evans, who's representing herself. She filed her complaint in New York State Court in December 2023. The case is still ongoing. She's suing for defamation, libel, slander, slander of a woman, intentional infliction of emotional distress, negligent infliction of emotional distress, seeking at least $14 million in damages. And Evans makes many of the same claims against Sharpe that Jane Doe does, including that she tried to distance herself from him after learning he was having sexual relations with other women, but that he became enraged and attacked her. In fact, her lawsuit contains an alleged quote from Shanon Sharpe that matches, I will say, almost word for word, a line in Jane Doe's complaint. So Evans' lawsuit says that Sharpe told her during a sexual assault that, quote, he would make it so no other man would want me. Again, you just heard that. Jane Doe's lawsuit reads, Sharpe would repeatedly tell Doe that he wanted to do to her things that would make no other man want her. And Evans' complaint also states Michelle Evans was subjected to non-consensual sexual encounters, which in itself is a deeply traumatic experience that has resulted in long-term psychological harm, post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, severe anxiety, and depression. The trauma is exacerbated by the public defamatory statements made by Shanon Sharpe, which have led to public humiliation, loss of dignity, and a sense of betrayal. And she even provided a chart showing how Sharpe's alleged actions impacted her. According to a sworn affidavit from Sharpe, he denies the allegations that Michelle Evans has laid against him, says it was actually Evans who was manipulative and threatening, says that she was harassing him via
Dude
text
is super
messages and
zesty.
phone calls. So
Dude
it
is
makes me
super
wonder,
zesty,
since at the
LOL.
time of this
Remember
recording,
Cat's one
John,
against
we're
Diddy?
still like
She got
6
$30
ways
million
away.
out of it.
We haven't seen
Yeah,
the
no,
results
okay,
yet
so
from
that's what I
Jane.
was saying, bro. That takes me back to that. Y'all. Is this just another one of those things that she's trying to blemish his character and get this money from him? Because she's broke, whatever happened, whatever along the way. Is that what it is? Because if that is what it is, damn, like that's just another person they're just trying to deframe, dethrone, defamation, defamate, basically, blemish their character. But then again, it's like, why would you have baby sign an NDA though? And why are you being a creep to a 19-year-old and you're in your late 30s or early 40s at a gym though? Like, I don't know.
Shanon Sharpe could come out later after we air this. What do you imagine you're going to hear from him or his side?
Well, first of all, I think that they're going to be careful about saying too much right now. They're going to probably strongly deny the allegations and look forward to their day in court and maybe some other strong language. But I expect it to be somewhat generalized and not responding to some of the individual facts of the case. In regards to that other lawsuit, what
look at him, bro. He looks fucking nuts.
Well, sure, it lines up.
Like, bro, you can't tell me that face. Look, bro. Tell me that face isn't a crazy face, bro. Look at that face and tell me that he don't look like a monster. It's playing, but it's just like, bro, looks crazy, but like, I don't know, bro. It's just like, it's almost like the situation's funny, bro, because you could just sit there and make fun of it, but then again, you got to really understand this is a serious situation. But is it though, or is it fabricated? I don't know.
Lawsuit before drafting his own, so that's the reason why they match up. So I would expect down the road we may hear something like that from the Sharp camp.
If she has Shannon on video and text messages, he's cooked.
Show. Would say I accept that both of these accounts are legitimate. Obviously, you know, they would say Shannon Sharpe has a pattern here. He says the same things. He does the same things.
I'm bad, shorty, bro. He just looks crazy, bro.
This
Like,
Jane Doe read that lawsuit and said, "Oh, she claimed that. I'll claim that." You know, it's
hold on,
piggyback off of it. Do you think?
What? That's what you say when you see this guy's face, bro. What? Hold on now. Here comes Shannon Sharpe. Ladies run, don't be in the gym. All right. Oh no, here comes Shannon. All right. What the fuck?
Awesome!
What? That's the one I was trying to find. My bad, y'all. Those fucking noises, bro. Like, what the fuck?
I think that this is a case that would be advantageous for him to.
He looks like a
Obviously,
bobblehead.
we do not know.
Oh
Right?
shit!
He could say none of
You
this
got
is
me
true.
in
I'm gonna
tears,
fight, I'm gonna
kosher.
clear my name, go through litigation, expensive. There's an emotional toll. There's a lot of different factors. But
Y'all like those noises, bro? My bad, bro. I was trying to find the laughter one, blood, and they just.
Yeah, it's a tough situation because you don't want to settle it. You don't really want to go to trial on it either. I mean, going to trial in a year and a half and having all of this testimony come out, if it's consistent with what's in this complaint, you know, if somebody feels like they've been wrongfully accused, they want to vindicate themselves, they want to prove their innocence in court. But from a PR standpoint, for somebody who's high profile like Mr. Sharpe, going to trial is going to be a difficult proposition for him. But what's the message of settling it? You know, maybe after things have calmed down, there might be a space to settle it and say, look, this was a business decision. I still don't believe anything what she's saying, but it was worth it to me to be able to move on with my life. And, you know, and that's the messaging that you can have once the initial media calms down. But whether or not that's something he wants to do or not, we'll have to see.
Could this potentially result in criminal charges?
If she's willing to report criminally, I don't know if she has or if she hasn't. But if she's willing to report, it certainly seems like it'd be within any statute of limitations, which is pretty lengthy to start with. But I don't expect the Clark County authorities to just pick it up and run with it on their own. They're going to need to know that she's reporting and she's willing to go through with a case.
John Clune, thank you so much for coming on. Real time, breaking this down with us real fast. I really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet, Jesse. Thanks.
All right, everybody, that's all we have for you right now here on Sidebar. Thank you so much for joining us. And as always, please subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you should get your podcasts. I'm Jesse Weber. I'll speak to you next time.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it up to y'all, bro. Those noises are tight. Good looking, bro. Good looking. But I'm gonna leave it up to y'all, bro. Do you think that I got so much fucking echo in this bitch, bro? Like, I don't like that. You hear it? Hold on. Got a lot of echo in this shit. Echo, turn that beat off or I ain't tripping on them. Nah, but real shit though. This shit, I'm like, hold on real quick. This shit right here though, like, it's just hella echoey, bro. You hear that shit? Let's see if it's better now. Wait, It's way worse now. No, it's blue now. Wait, hold on. What about this right here though? Yeah, this. How does this one sound? Yep, that one's good. All right, so I'm gonna leave it up to y'all, bro. Do you want me to do another breakdown of the Shannon Sharp I was about to say intervention situation, or y'all want me to go to the next video? Y'all let me know something. Y'all let me know something. All right. So you think I should change it, shorty, or straight like this, bro? Let me see. What about this one right here, though? Wait. Yo. I think this one's straight. Yeah, this one's good. Yeah. All right. But yeah, so do you guys for sure? Do you guys think that I should do another breakdown of the Shannon Sharp keep saying information situation? Or do you think that I should go to the next video, y'all? Because if so, I was gonna do traps breakdown. As you know, Trapper, Mr. Rich the Trapper, my guy, man, the bro. He always got a good analysis for us on any situation. So maybe we should just check it out on here, man.
Trap up in 10 and Trap News Network back in the same, like cracking the same, man. We here at 10
Trap News Network.
It's that good news. You that good knowledge. You ain't finna get nobody's college. Big dog tap in with that tap in to make sure feeling like a pimp going brush shoulders off. Like, comment, subscribe, more to the content we got going on here.
Okay, for sure. Yeah. Shout out to Trap.
And knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college. Big dog tap in with the tap in to make sure I'm in fact tapped in with that good. Excuse me, tap in here at TNN Trap News Network, man. If you ain't did so, make sure you slide over to richtraphouse.com. Get us.
Actually, matter of fact, that's Rich. We're gonna do something real quick before we do that. Is y'all down to hear me and Rich Trapper's song, or you want to do that after the video? Because me and Trap got the song, man. We got the video coming out in June. No Jumper, Killer, Part 1. But yeah, we'll do the video and then we'll do the song, and then we'll be ended.
Excuse me, that's the big R, but all right, Rich Trap House is what we're looking for. Get into that. You ain't got into that. Hoodies, tees, shirts, long sleeve, short sleeve, they all available now. Plus, you can stay tapped in with the latest and the greatest of what we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Excuse me, good news you can use. Good knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college, man. We finna slide over here.
And damages.
My man,
okay. The lawsuit.
Forgotten Kings TV, man. They saying that Shannon Sharp, Uncle Shay Shay, is getting a charge of grape juicing a lady. Let's get into this conference. I don't know further ado. Let's get into
this. Lawsuit obtained by TMZ Sports was filed by a Jane Doe on Sunday in Nevada. All right. After she claims that Shannon brutally assaulted her several times at the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025, okay, following a years-long abusive relationship. Okay, according to the suit, Jane Doe met Shannon Sharp in 2023 at a gym in LA when she was 20 years old and he was in his mid-50s. She stated during their first encounter that Shannon would buy her fake titties if she won a weight loss competition with him. Okay.
Damn, Shannon, you buying all chi-chis?
Now, of course, the article says that Jane Doe claims Shannon proceeded to pursue her relentlessly, calling and texting, demanding that she come to his Beverly Glen mansion. All right. The woman stated that her and Shannon ultimately got into a consensual relationship, though she described.
So now it's saying it's consensual. So let's see where this goes. Where does it become non-consensual is the question.
As controlling and verbally abusive. Okay. He demanded complete control over her time and body. Attorney Tony Busby wrote in Doe's suit. Okay, Tony Busby, if that name sounds familiar, is the same attorney who got into it with Jay-Z. All right, he's going through some controversy right now. This is the same attorney who created the Diddy hotline. All right, now, again, this is important to know that just a couple of days ago, it was reported that.
So basically, this attorney's chasing ambulances. Got it.
Shannon Sharp was getting ready to sign a $100 million deal. Okay, a podcasting deal, because apparently his deal with the Volume is getting ready to expire. Okay, this was just reported a couple of days ago. All right, now, again, in the article, it states that there was an argument that took place between Jane Doe and Shannon, and she's alleging that.
So this is the same lawyer that's represented the lady who swore to God that Jay-Z R-worded her Come to find out that was.
Oh, you wanna hear it? Okay, all right, for sure. Boom, boom, boom. We're gonna go right back to this thing. We're gonna go right back to this, yo. All right. Yeah, yeah. Oh. Okay. All right. Play it right now, man. Oh, we might have to play it. Yeah, we're gonna have to play it off of this actually. Oh shit, my fucking green screen, Dad. Fucking. All right, bud. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. While this loads. Yeah, man, it's about to load. So here we go. Huh? Oh, I don't know why the fuck it's to the beat. Oh yeah, wait. I could just play it off of YouTube. I'm tripping, bro. It's my shit. I could play it off of YouTube. Shit, it's my shit. I forgot. I could play this shit off of YouTube, bud. I'll go check out the kid, man, right here. Right here, bro. Give me 1 second. My bad, y'all. My bad. This is right here. This is my music page. Y'all tap in, man. Got 2 albums right here. In Flip We Trust. 9 songs and 7 songs on the Flip the Script. We're going to go to In Flip We Trust, and we're going to go to all right, and we're gonna go right into it.
Catch a nigga like a niggas know it's me. Cost money for the chop, but the pose free. Easy on my neck, I gotta know me. And I remember I was broke. I don't cash no eye black and niggas tripping, they gon' know it's me. It's cost money for the chop, but the pose free. Poke with a chop. True Chris, all I know is beef. Starving for a place, so if it's beef, all I know is he. Swear to God, don't let the devil get a hold of me. Niggas still tripping, but these hoes all in love with me. Put you on a shirt before you ever up the skull on me. Rock a nigga so to sleep. This chopper sing like Jodeci, I swear to God. 60 on my neck when I pop out. Thought that he was tough till he got knocked down. Fuck a blick, if it's up, I pull the mops out. My hands still swollen from them rap niggas I socked out. Win or lose, I can't do that shit, it's win or win. Kick down the door, they tried their best not to let me in. Don't do no knocking out the whip, I do walk up, leave a nigga like Pitt. Ice cold, stiff and chalked up. Kick down the door, they tried their best not to let me in. Don't do no knocking out the whip, I do a walk up, leave a nigga like Pitt. Ice cold, stiff and chalked up. Rest in piss, bitch, nigga. Put Flocko right with you in a ditch, bitch, nigga. No scope, headshots hard to miss, bitch, nigga. Uber eats all of the beef.
Where you live, bitch, nigga?
Scams, crafty. Switch on my bitches like nigga. Ruthless, scams, crafty. With you in a ditch, bitch, nigga. No scope. Like Pit, ice cold, stiff and chalked up. Rest in piss, bitch, nigga. Put Flocko right with you in the ditch, bitch, nigga. No scope, headshots hard to miss, bitch, nigga. Uber eats all of the beef where you live, bitch, nigga. Ruthless, scandalous, crafty. Switch on all my bitches like Tisha, Asia, Ashley. I make a mess when I step, shit get nasty. I'm $1 million nigga still tripping like I'm ashy on God. Crafty. Switch all of my bitches like Tisha, Asia, Ashley. I make a mess when I step, shit get nasty. I'm $1 million nigga still tripping like I'm ashy on God.
On God. On God. Hey, Trap, why you have to do him like that, man?
Hey, Trap.
Hey, it's King True, bitch.
True.
Hey.
And
King
JK.
True. Hey, hey.
And
King True,
JK.
bitch. Hey. Flock, you better come up for the Rossi at your door.
Down.
All you heard was 2 shots and fat bitch hit the floor. Everybody can get the smoke. Ain't nobody safe no more.
Safe.
Adam and Brick hitting each other from behind doors. And Adam, you okay with whack touching 8 years old? Oh, I get it, cause y'all both in each other's throats. Hey. Oh, I get it, cause y'all both in each other's throats. Ain't it funny how the exposers getting exposed? We all know Luz from Fontana, he can't fool us anymore. And we all know Brick telling on dirt. Next time he come to Chicago, he gonna get put on the shirt. And Mr. Dutch, it's time to retire.
Retire.
You can't even do a verse.
What?
Weren't you just walking in a skirt? Hey, you be off that dirt.
Off that black.
You be sipping on fake perp. And back to you, Brick, you like a bird that always chirps.
Shut the fuck
It's
up.
NJK kick all these goofies off the stage. Adam, you should be ashamed. 30 years in the game, you barely have a little change. You need to hop up back up in the BMX lane.
Hop up in it.
Bunny hopping on hobos. You motherfucking homo. You got some creepy stuff in your past,
Creepy
bro,
shit.
that you really can't explain.
She was
Let's be
16.
real, bro. You was hella strange.
She was 16.
And rap. What happened to you and the Mexicans? How you a gatekeeper? They won't even let you
Let you win?
Yeah, bitch. We did that, Trap. Yeah. All I see is a whole lot of bitches. No jumper is a whole lot of snitches. And Adam, he be pimping his employees. Yeah. Adam, he be pimping his employees. Yeah, man. Don't go on that no jumper platform, man. That's your career right there, man. You know what I'm talking about? Don't go on that stupid ass motherfucking platform, man. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all ain't even in LA County, man. Y'all on Burbank. You know what I'm talking about? We did that, Trap. Yeah.
All right. What y'all think, man? I know that shit was probably trash, but well, I mean, Trap's part he was gassing, but me, I like it, but I felt like I could have went a little harder. But it was smooth, bro. It was kind of like one of those rush songs, not like that, but there was a deadline that the videographer had to have and stuff like that. Yeah, they had the file ready to shoot the video in June and shit, so kind of had to do it quick. I wrote that shit though. I was all written and shit. Yeah. Hey, y'all want to hear one more song and then we go back to the video? It's up to y'all though. I ain't trying to bore you with my music or nothing, y'all. Trying to hear me and my nephew and one of the homies. Or y'all let me know, man. Y'all let me know. This is gonna be a quick 2-3 minute song, probably. All right, for sure. Yeah. Say no mas.
Hey, King True, M3, 2 E's. Hey, Clouds. Foggy nights, all I see is hella clouds. Me and M3 burning down these pounds. They run up on us, they gon' get hit with these rounds. We ain't no clowns, bitch, we got it out the ground. Foggy nights, all I see is hella clouds. Me and M3 burning down these pounds. Like that wood. They run up on us, they gon' get hit with these rounds. We ain't no clowns, bitch, we got it out the ground. Ay. It's King Truth and M3 and 2 Easty. What? Bitch, we out here really trying to get this cheddar. Chicken. Fuck around, get hit with this fucking Beretta. That be your head off. Yeah, I'm a big dog. Hey, chop it to his jaw, gave him log jaw, knock him off and pick him up, knock him down and throw him up in the fucking trash. Now we fucking gas, roll him in the wood on smack. Every day we in the trap. Money off the back, I gotta get it. Every day I need it. These niggas run up on me, bro, then they not breathing. M3 pulls up in the 4-seater. We smoking on that draw like whisker.
Look, pull up to the gun, I got a 2-seater. I'm about to beat a nigga up, I didn't breathe with you. He in the ground and he looking like he is dead. Nigga talking out his neck, but we found out he is fed. Look, give me credit, I'm finna pull up with the chopper. Nigga talking out his neck, we might fuck around and just knock him. You know I'm flocking, you know I put niggas in coffins. You know I'm steady rapping, you know that I'm finna gloss him. In the section, you already know he chillin'. Nigga talking shit, he really think that he a villain. You know me, my nigga King Truth, you know that we steady killin'. He do this for pop, you know that he ain't no villain. We is in the stew, we chillin', you know that we really going hard. Nigga talking shit, I'm finna beat him up, he got no car. He running on his feet, knock him off them sheets. Nigga talking out his neck, I'm finna hit him, might just flee. Flee the scene, hit him 95 degrees. Nigga talking out the neck, finna pull up to the scene. But you know I'm chillin', you know that I'm chasing green. You know that I'm with my team, you know this is for cream. But we shooting 3, shot my shot like Curry. Nigga couldn't see me, had his vision very blurry. Very blurry, my fault, I'm shooting sturdy. Nigga talking shit, you know I ran up in a hurry. Nigga, you know that I'm really chillin' in the back of the Cadillac. I got a gun with 20 racks. I got them stacks. I got a gun. You never know that I'm black. I got a gun. You never know that I'm black. Nigga talking out his neck, but everything he say is cap. Finna pull up to the stew. You know that I got 80 straps, but I use one AK cause the blower's in the back. Nigga talking out his neck, but he looking like a fat.
Hey, man, we looking like a fag. Popping tags, we getting bands. Every day we bout a bag. Ay, we ain't scared of the house, we on their ass. 40 hit him, then I told little bro, they hit the dash. Hey, bitch, I'm out here every day winning. Bitches getting hot up in the kitchen. It's getting hot. If you can't handle the heat, then get out with it. Then get out with it. Then get out with it. You ain't bout your chicken. Got your see bread. That black and white. I already knew you snitching. Knew you told. Coming out here getting. Out here really getting big bread. We some breadwinners. Circle full of winners. All we got is chicken. Only couple real ones at the damn table. Sipping on this purple in the morning like it's maple syrup. Got me swerving and I'm swerving in and out of lanes. I swear I can't trust these niggas cause they acting strange. Hit them with that K, my niggas, we don't really play. Lil' bro shoot like 2K, yeah, he'll hit you in your face.
Aye, we gonna put you in your place. It's a foggy day, ain't no playing games. You run across a real nigga, put you in your lane. I mean, baby, what the fuck is you just gonna say? I'm out here adding money, trying to get paid. You just fucking with the hustle, yeah, added man. I mean, are you on my squad or on the same damn page where I'm trying to get my money, man? It's stay adding money on my fucking game. I ain't even know, I'ma just switch the lanes. If I'm whipping, I'ma smash in the 60 lane. Hit about 120, going back in the 30 lane. We'll slow it down for these niggas and concentrate. Yeah, I'm adding money, ain't no time just to be fake. You niggas talking out the mouth, won't you stop, man? Cause you niggas just talking more than bitches, that's just on the gang.
Nigga, that's just on the gang. Sam says on
my chain. Most niggas run up, I'ma have to use that flame. ARP on the gang. Niggas talking out their names. Niggas talking out their mouth, but these bullets ain't got no names. Nigga, it's Southeast, that's just what I claim. Most niggas playing like these fuck boys, by the way. I'm outside, nigga, hit you like these flames. I'm like Ali, nigga, I do the shuffle and I sock you, man. It's on the set, and I put that on the game, eh? Niggas talking out their mouth, acting vague, eh? But I came back with a new voice, I ain't no snake, eh? But these niggas hella pussy, and these niggas ain't gay, eh? Nigga, but that's just on my mama. You run up, got that 4-5, it's gon' be trauma. Nigga, ain't no game about it, dedication and mamas. When niggas running up in this, you gon' get all this drama. It's they added money in my legs, they added money in my face. I'm most about this money, if you not getting it, man, yeah. Catch up with that 4-5, that 40, get the blame, yeah. You really get the blame before you fuck niggas on the game. It's on my mama, man. I got a lot to say. Most of you fuck niggas wasn't fucking with me, man. When I was outside selling candy by that stove, and if I was hella broke, I try to make my money though. You niggas hated me, you niggas want no dough. Whoa. I mean, goddamn, baby, I'm just cold. Whoa. I'm gon' speak it though. Take my time, no. I'm back in it, cause I really gotta grind, bro. You never seen it like I was, hella fucking broke. Whipping dope in the kitchen, yeah, serving no beans for that $5 or 10, no. You ain't never seen that shit, cause I had to go spend, bro. I'm spending money, I was back on the low. It's stay adding money, I'm just so fucking cold. Everything I done did was just on the low.
All right, y'all. So that was that one. I didn't know it was gonna be 8 minutes. My bad. All right, so let's do this video and then we'll be out of here till the next one. Actually, this is a song for my son, but we're gonna play it another time here. All right, we going back to trap. Back to trap we go. Back to trap we go. Back to trap we go. Here we go.
Some girls that said Diddy R-worded them. Now, out of all the people Diddy did R-word, he didn't R-word those girls, so that ended up being a lie. Now she's suing Shanon Sharpe. Now he's representing the girl suing Shanon Sharpe. So it looks ugly.
Shanon yelled at her while firearm.
And then here go the thing too. If Shanon yelling at somebody, she just said it was consensual. And ladies, I say this too. If he paying for everything, you letting him buy you, how you gonna be mad at what he do in his purchase, especially if it's consensual?
Was visible in the room. Okay, the plaintiff tried sharing her location with friends from her iPhone just in case. Okay, but Shanon saw her doing this. The moment he realized what she was doing, he grabbed her by the neck and told her, "If you ever do that again, I will effing kill you." All right. Nevertheless, they continued the relationship.
But you continued the relationship afterward. I'm calling cap. I hate ladies who go into these situations and lie on these dudes and all that. Why you didn't call the police? There's so many women going through abusive situations and going through crazy situations they shouldn't be going through, and you are playing. I hate that. So many women going through situations they shouldn't be going through, and you got this girl over here playing on the internet.
Even followed a move by both to
real shit though. That's real shit.
However, Jane Doe states in her suit that she attempted to break things off after his infamous IG live streaming incident, which she said led to him raping her. Ooh, this is wild, man. Okay. Also in the article, it states that in her suit, the first incident happened in October 2024 at her apartment. Okay. She said that Shanon.
But you didn't go to the police?
Yeah, see, okay, bam, see, Trap's saying it too, bro. How'd you not go to the police all this time? But you want to come out now? And I don't want to sit there and say that or put that jacket on her, but it is kind of odd. It is very odd.
She was crying and sobbing. All right. The second incident.
While she was crying on the inside? Oh, come on. Girl, female dog. While you was crying on the inside? Okay.
Suit alleges happened a few weeks later in January of 2025, where Jane Doe claims Shannon came over to the house with promises of delivering a Christmas and birthday gift to her, but instead he violently assaulted her once more. She's now suing for over $50 million. Okay, it takes a great deal of courage to stand up against those with power, fame, and money, Attorney Busby said in a statement after following the suit on Jane's Doe's behalf. I look forward to pressing the case in court. All right. Again, they're saying that they reached out to Shannon. So far, no word has been released on his team. But yeah, man, this is very interesting because, like I said,
Oh, real quick, y'all, real quick, just real quick. We're going to just show this real quick. Y'all come check out your boy, man, on TV Startup, bro. It's right here. Stop screen. Come check out your boy, man. Right here, man. The Flip Network on all streaming Roku platforms, man. 24 videos on here. I'm gonna keep uploading. Feel me? Tap in. All right. Going back to chat.
it was just reported that Shannon Sharpe just signed a deal, okay? A podcasting deal, $100 million. This was just a couple days ago. And now, as of yesterday, you're telling me someone filed a lawsuit for $50 million? Look at it.
For half the chili. Coincidentally, fellas, when you get some money, watch these hoes. Be with the one that loved you when you was broke, fellas. It's better to stay with the one that was with you when you was broke and just build with her versus getting some chili and trying to catch a new one, because you might end up in a situation like this. At least the one that you knew, at least the one that was with you when you was broke, you know what she about, bro. Just it's crazy. Stick to Old Faithful, fellas. The one that's been by your side, stick with her, bro. I'm telling you, work it out. The grass ain't greener, bro. I promise you it's not. The grass is not greener. Just water your grass and work it out where you at.
Shannon Sharpe eyes a $100 million plus podcast deal as the volume contract expires. Okay, he just was coming up on the end of his contract with the volume right after having a crazy year last year with Club Shay Shay. Now, you know what I mean? He's getting ready to get some money, and days later, we get reports about him being sued for great, man, over $50 million. Like I said, this is crazy. And of course, the mention of the IG Live that everyone, you know what I mean, is very familiar with. Shannon, you know what I'm saying, partaking in some
That's what I was just talking about. Yeah.
sexual festivities while accidentally recording on IG Live.
That IG Live of him doing stuff with his significant other.
I mean, to this day, a lot of people felt like it was staged, but now that incident is being reported in this lawsuit. Again, y'all let me know, man. What are your thoughts on this lawsuit involving Shannon Sharpe? Like I said, the Jane Doe is now being represented by attorney Tony Busby, the same attorney who launched the Diddy Hotline. You get what I mean,
Jay? The Diddy Hotline is barnacles, bro. The Diddy Hotline is absolutely hell yes. The Diddy Hotline. The Diddy line.
The Diddy Hotline, and that's bananas. That is bananas, bro. For sure on that one. That is bananas, bro. No cap.
Answer the Diddy phone.
Jay-Z is on his neck, right? Trying to get him to lose his license as a lawyer. And he's still, you know what I mean? He's still in the
Diddy Hotline.
Like I said, y'all let me know, man. What are your thoughts on all of this? Because like I said, the timing, they just filed this yesterday on a Sunday, on a holiday. It's Easter. Like, what the hell?
True, yeah, that is crazy to see that being filed on Easter.
Again, y'all let me know. Do you
that
think
is crazy,
there's any truth to these claims made in this lawsuit? Because this is major. Like I said, the timing of the release of this this lawsuit, it goes hand in hand with the same situation with Jay-Z. You know, he accused Tony Busby of putting out these headlines during the time when he was promoting a Disney film with his family. You know what I mean? Like I said, you always got to question the timing of this. They're saying that the lawsuit was filed yesterday, Sunday. You get what I mean? Over the weekend. Let's just say the holiday weekend. I mean, damn, everybody with their family, and yet somebody made sure to put this together and put it out so that, you know, it's in the
Diabolical, bro.
in
That's
the
just
news cycle
diabolical.
throughout this Monday. Easter
Because it's
Monday to
like
be exact.
you would think that
You know
they
what I
would be
mean?
more worried about, like, um, they'd be more worried about the holiday, bro. Like, why would they be so in tune to put this out on the holiday? Unless it's just another form of spiritual warfare.
What's about him and his new podcasting deal literally was reported 2-3 days ago. You get what I mean? And now on Monday morning,
imagine dropping this big news of cracking 100 million on Friday, and on Sunday they're trying to sue you for it.
Early, you see him.
Ain't that some shit?
It's about Shannon Sharpe being sued for $50 million. Come on,
so ain't that some shit, bro? That's some real shit right there.
What are your thoughts on Shannon?
All right, big shout out to Forgotten Kings TV. Make sure y'all show bro some love. Like, comment, subscribe, get us everything he got going on. Shout out to Forgotten Kings TV. Y'all know the deal. Red dots to.
All right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do one more video on this.
This just in, the Texas attorney who targeted Sean Diddy Combs with dozens of civil lawsuits on behalf of John and Jane Doe's allegedly victimized by the music mogul.
To my family, friends, supporters, and
Give me 1 second.
What's going on there, guys? We're back with another one. We got to talk about this
Subscribing
plaintiff,
to
Jane
Around the
Doe. It's coming
Association.
out suing
Right, so
Shannon
after this
Sharpe
one, I'm gonna end
in
it,
front
y'all.
of Clark County Court.
And then we're gonna go to the
She's
next one,
seeking
but
in excess of
I'm gonna go roll
$50
up though.
million.
But I'm gonna end it
And
like
the
literally
sad
right when
part is
this
that we're
ends.
after Jay-Z, Tony
I'm gonna end
Busby
it,
is
and
on
then we're
this
gonna
case as well.
go to the
And I
next
have my
one. All right,
thoughts
y'all. Be right
about
back.
him and some of the things that um seems like he's been doing. I believe this young lady they're saying was 19 at the time when Shannon Sharpe was dealing with her. And this is back in 2023, I think, when this had all went down. But I think, Shannon probably need to lead them young girls along. Get somebody your age, bro, because you know, this type of stuff is the type of stuff you will be dealing with. Yeah, you should want someone your age. And let me say that. Like, you should want someone that you have something to talk to about, right? I'm not accusing you of this. I'm just saying, going forward, it's crazy. But we're going to get right into it, man. We're going to get right into the report. We're going to read some of the things from this report. It says defendant Shannon Sharpe is a 56-year-old former NFL superstar. He claims to be one of the most successful sports media personalities in the country. Plaintiff is a young woman in her early 20s. In 2023, plaintiff was working out at a gym in Los Angeles, California, when Sharpe approached her for the first time. Previously, Doe had noticed Sharpe watching her during her workouts. At this time, Doe was just 19 years old. At the time, she did not know who he was, only that he was another older man ogling her at the gym. Doe could tell Sharpe was much older than her. She found him physically intimidating. Eventually, he introduced himself at his determined insistence. She gave him her number. Wow. Over the next couple of weeks, Sharpe incessantly pursued plaintiff. He consistently approached her at the gym and attempted to contact her frequently with phone calls and text messages asking to meet up, unwilling to take no for an answer. Eventually, plaintiff gave in and agreed to meet with Sharpe outside of the gym. However, before doing so, Sharpe demanded that Doe sign a non-disclosure agreement or NDA, something plaintiff found a bit concerning. She wondered why Sharpe was so insistent on her signing an NDA, she refused despite his repeated efforts to get her to sign. She refused time and time again. Eventually, he dropped the issue and invited her to his house. What followed was the beginning of a rocky, consensual relationship that lasted nearly 2 years. The relationship was very unequal. Sharp is more than 30 years older, is considerably wealthier, is physically much larger, and exponentially stronger. Sharp is famous and has power. Plaintiff and Sharp saw each other on his terms and on his schedule as often as 4 times a week. Over time, Plaintiff began to see Sharp's true nature. She found him to be dishonest about his whereabouts. He would lie about seeing other women while insisting to her that she and he were exclusive. He often manipulated her, at times being sweet and loving to get what he wanted, and at other times being angry and aggressive to achieve his goals. She discovered over time that Sharp was extremely emotional and possessed an uncontrollable temper. He played the characteristics of a true narcissist. He wielded his power, his influence, and his celebrity to control Plaintiff and get exactly what he wanted whenever he wanted it, all the while jealousy guarding what he considered his for himself. By October 2024, Sharp's behavior had grown progressively worse beyond anything Plaintiff had experienced with him before. At this point, he was insistent upon recording their activities, sometimes without her knowledge. Sharp was also sharing videos with others without her permission. Sharp would repeatedly tell Doe that he wanted to do to her things that would make no other man want her. By this point, Sharp was no longer able to credibly maintain that the relationship was exclusive. He had, at this point, accidentally or purposely, to advance his career, went live on Instagram while having blank with another woman. Sharp flew into fits of anger when plaintiff noted his infidelity to their relationship or called him out about his extraneous activities. What had once been manipulation, control, and intimidation now became far more dangerous and sinister. Sharp even figured out how to get into Doe's apartment complex without her permission. Sharp made it clear that what Doe wanted was of no moment, that Sharp would get what he wanted when he wanted it. In October 2024, Sharp violently SA'd and anally, yikes, blanked plaintiff 2 times in Las Vegas, Nevada, blatantly ignoring her request for him to stop. He did it again in January. Plaintiff left Nevada to temporarily escape defendant Sharp. Now, she now seeks justice through this action and other means. Plaintiff seeks compensatory and punitive damages in this matter in excess of 50 million. They continue to talk about that live stream that happened. People was often saying how hard it is to go live on Instagram. I've never been live on Instagram, but they say it takes several buttons to hit. So it ain't one that you could like, now you could butt dial somebody and call someone because all it takes is one button if you don't have your phone locked. Well, they saying that's not the nature of how you would go live on Instagram. You have to hit this button, this button, this button, this button. I remember him and Cam got into it over that. Now, it does say the plaintiff discovered that Sharp had been secretly recording their encounters without her consent. When she confronted him, he summarily dismissed her concerns, claiming the videos were for his own personal use. That too was a lie. Upon information and belief, Sharp on multiple occasions shared the recordings with his friends and associates. At one point, he even forced plaintiff to do something while FaceTiming one of his childhood friends named Bucket. Um, Whenever plaintiff would get up, that's weird. If that happened, that's weird. Whenever plaintiff would get up the courage to object to Sharp's outrageous conduct, which was not often, he would aggressively and angrily put her back in her place. So another encounter, it says, the plaintiff went into Shannon's room and he put his erect, you know what, on her neck or up against her body. and she knew what she had to do at that point, and she noticed he had a phone in his hand. Um, so he woke up around 4, had to shoot his next segment for a show, but told her to be back by 9. This is what it's all alleging on this lawsuit. She arrived at 9:05 and said that Sharp, started cussing, going crazy, um, and ended up getting on top of her. Okay, they argued and they did what they did. Now, it says that I want to read y'all one more thing. It says he's gonna make no man want her again with the things he's gonna do to her. I guess make her feel used up and really, I don't know why he's recording these things if that was going on, and you got a young. Like, okay, now this is crazy. Like, we're gonna read this. On October 6, 2024, plaintiff was working out at a Nevada gym following her usual routine. As she worked out, she saw Sharp aggressively approaching her. She could tell by his look and the way he moved quickly towards her that he was furious for having been ignored. As soon as he got close, he told her, "Sit the F down or I'm going to kill you." Plaintiff refused. "I don't want to talk to you. You cheated on me." This is after the Michelle thing, that she's upset about. His response was dismissive and controlling as usual. "You don't have a chance." And he demanded to talk to her privately. She made it clear she did not want to talk to him, be alone with him, or want him to come to her home. But Sharp didn't care. He never took no for an answer. Sharp forced plaintiff under threat to get into his car and go to her house. She could have done more. If this is a gym full of people, you don't have to leave. I'm pretty sure somebody in there, you could draw attention. That's Shannon Sharp. You could draw a little attention if you wanted to, and he would have to back off of that if he wanted to maintain anything that he has. And also, if there's a public gym, there should be tape of this that should leak, that should support her claims. Um, so wow. So they went back to her apartment and said Sharp forcibly grabbed her from behind, positioned her for oral. He held her in place and then forced her to begin performing. He became even angry and said, "You've disrespected me so much, I'm going to punish this a-hole. I'm going to make it so no man will want you again." Wow. Um, oh, okay. And they also said, on January 2nd, 2025, Sharp told plaintiff he wanted to see her. So this mess is going on all the way into this year. It says Sharp persisted and reminded plaintiff that he had a combined Christmas and birthday gift to give her. As he previously promised her a gift, she ultimately allowed him to come over to her apartment. She regrets that decision. Inside the apartment, Sharp began addressing plaintiff, firmly stated multiple times that they would not have S without protection, demanding that he wear some. She knew that in the past he refused to ever use them and believed that her demand would stop him from having that with her. But although he refused to use a blank, he still insisted on it. She tried to resist him. She screamed. She had already expressed concerns for her safety, knowing that he had been involved with other women, increasing the risk of transmitting a disease. The more she begged, Sharp became more aggressive and made it clear he would not wear a rubber. She grabbed Sharp grabbed her, pulling her around and positioning her to perform oral, which lasted for roughly 2 minutes. Then Sharp repositioned her and roughly forced himself inside her. Uh, Plaintiff never stopped demanding and begging that he stop or put on a rubber. Okay, so it says it lasted roughly 10 minutes. So all right, we're gonna get off this, okay? I ain't gonna read nothing else. But she's asking for Now I'm gonna show you what she's asking for right here. I'm gonna leave that up on the screen. This is what she's asking for. Filed by Tony Busby. I will say this, how you ending back up at homes with him? Um, he's Shannon Sharp, man. All you gotta do is make a little bit of a scene, and people gonna want to know what's going on. I think um she's young, so I get that. I've seen young girls be manipulated by guys who don't have what Shannon got like that. So I could see how a young girl could be manipulated like that. I think Monique was on the show. She told Shannon to stop running around with these young girls. And now we're seeing why, right? Even if he's completely innocent of everything, these sorts of situations happen when you are running around and messing around with young girls. You 60, you need somebody that's 60, bro. You need somebody that's your age. It can't be all about trying to get you some and chasing a cat like that at this age. And to see the difference with this and the Jay-Z case, this woman is probably gonna cooperate like more because the other girl did the interview and she said it was some inconsistencies and it didn't happen this day and it still happened and her daddy didn't agree with her and all that. Well, this girl here probably is not gonna come off her square too much. But again, there should be some videos that support that. Now Shannon, one of his friends was listed, so he would probably have to be brought in front of the court um to talk about this stuff, right? He probably would have to be right. And I remember Jason Whitlock talking about Shannon in a way on his show that he was kind of like this around FS1 offices, that he carried himself like that. Now I don't know how true it is. I'm just saying what was said. Um, hopefully Shannon, hopefully I ain't gonna say hopefully it don't stick because if it's true, it needs to come out. But I'm hoping he ain't do none of this. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that this is just another witch hunt, by Tony Busby. Because Tony Busby, when I see his name now with the way that thing with Jay-Z fell through, I have a little um, I'm looking at it kind of funny. It looks funny under the light because it seems like a man just trying to get a come up. Even though he's wealthy, but he's just trying to go at any black man, that's doing well. Now I don't um want to say this is the case here, especially if this woman has experienced this. And I'm not a person that believes, just because you got a certain amount of money, you're not gonna do certain things. I absolutely think people with money, power, they want control. And so it's not unbelievable that someone that has what Shannon Sharp has would do this. But again, I don't know, man. It's just like I don't know, man. Like Shannon was dealing with Michelle and all that, and if what happened with Michelle is the engine behind this, then is it based off of jealousy? Because you can make any act, any intimate act like that be what you want it to be when you are mad with someone. And I'm hoping it's not that. I'm hoping she not just trying to hurt Shannon Sharp's name with this. But we gonna see, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.
He was with him. The gang spitter, y'all subscribe, like, share the video. Man, I don't know what Shannon Sharp did to the masses, to the elite, but it seemed like since he signed his $100 million deal, man, they done came after that guy, man, because old girl, the same chick, the same girl, the same one that was on that live with him when he was doing his nasty, when it was Mr. Nasty Time. Ooh, Mr. Nasty Time. Mr. Nasty Time. He was taking even on his back. Yo, that same chick, she now suing that man for $50 million, half of what he just got for the podcast. Saying he been abusive and he didn't assaulted her. SEX assaulted her a couple times since 2024. Met him when she was 20, and he was controlling and all this stuff. Now I don't know when Shannon Sharpe, when he signed his $100 million deal, he didn't do it with the right people. I don't know if he ain't signed his rights over, where they can own him and control his podcast and his episodes. I don't know if it's that. I don't know if he done said something to a group of people like the Jews or whoever on the show. I don't know what it is, but she coming real heavy. She coming real heavy. She want half, not some, but half of his cash. You understand? She coming real heavy. Like, just to read a little bit of what's going on. The lawsuit obtained by TMZ Sports was filed by John Doe on Sunday in Nevada after she said Sharpe was whooping her, SEX assaulting her several times at the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025. Now, let's stop right there. You need proof of that. Can she really go off word of mouth like her word versus his? Do you got any pictures of the bruises? You got videotape. So if he been whooping you that long, which we ain't been that deep in 2025, but at least over a year, you ain't never, take pictures of your black eyes, your bruises on your arms or your legs or your back or wherever it's at on your body. You ain't take no pictures. Ain't no police reports, none of that stuff. All right, so, but you gonna just wait. You don't want to file or go press the issue right that time because he still was a millionaire at that time. He ain't just become a millionaire when he won all his money. He was making millions in football, making millions after football. So now, after you hear he got this $100 million check coming, now you want to press the issue, but you didn't have that same type of smoke when you was getting whooped. Now, is it because he don't want to deal with you no more? He don't want to whoop on you no more, which from what you saying. He don't want to control you no more, and now you can't get the same things that you once was getting from him. Besides getting smacked or controlled or the RAPE word, yeah, you still was getting bags and trips and 5-star restaurants, probably a car, probably paying your rent or your mortgage, designer clothes, jewelry, whatever. So since he's gonna take that away, since he's so controlling, since he's gonna take it away, now you want to press this issue talking about $50 million. Come on, man. Like I said, she's saying she met Sharpe in 2023 at a gym in Los Angeles. She was 20 years old. You old enough. He like them young. See, one thing about Sharpe and a lot of wealthy men, a lot of men in America, period, they like them young, 18 to 80, hair, bald, crippled, or crazy. As long as you can't have no baby, they'll take you. Big, fat, skinny, and tall. I like them all. I don't really care. As long as she a freak. Yeah, that Gucci man. I say he like them from 18 to 80, hair, bald, crippled, or crazy. As long as you can't have no baby. I say he like them big, fat, skinny, and tall. He like them all. He don't really care as long as you a freak. As long as you a freak. Some people like freaking in the club freak. Some people like freaking in the night freak. Freak, yo, that CeeLo shit, man. Freak. Some people like freaking in the club. Yo, as long as you can eat them out, flip them over, rub them down, play with his basketballs, all that stuff, man. Like, whatever he want, whatever fetishes he got, like, he wants you to fulfill that. Nigga want a little bit of control, Nigga want that and all the other shit he need. Now it's a problem, though. You didn't sound like that when he was on top of you on that live. You ain't sound like that then. You ain't even make no statement. You ain't even come out and let me know who he is. Unless you did, and I don't know nothing about it. Because ain't like I was keeping up with it, no way. But she's saying, she stated in the doc, during their first encounter, Sharpe told her he would buy her fake tits if she won a weight loss competition with him. Then she started saying Sharpe proceed to pursue her, calling, texting her, demanding her to come to his Beverly Glen mansion. Then she went on to say all the other bullshit the fake victims be saying all the time He been controlling, verbally abusive. He demanding control of her time and body. Going to the attorney. Her attorney name Tony Busby, right? He was expecting her to be at the house